Hey Ravens, and welcome back to Second Take. I'm Missy Rothen, and I'm joined alongside
Kylie Freeman.
Fernanda Lopez.
Emma Stanfield.
and we have so much sports news to go over. So we're going things from golf over to basketball and even soccer. So let's get right into it. First up, we have the Masters that just concluded this past weekend. So what do you guys think about it?
I was really excited to see Rory McIlroy get his Grand Slam.
Yes.
He's been working towards it for a long time.
Yeah.
And he was the sixth man to do that, right, in golf?
Yeah. Which is a very short, compared for how long golf's just been around, like that's such a small
That's
list.
impressive.
And for people who don't know, the Grand Slam is when you win all 4 major tournaments. So like that's the ultimate goal, obviously. But like the ultimate goal even above that is to win them all in a year.
Yeah.
Like, because that's like complete dominance basically in it. And McIlroy, he's been basically waiting. He hasn't won, I don't think, a major in the last 11 years since 2014. So it's finally breaking that drought.
Did you guys see him winning like on TikTok and like on all of like the socials?
Yeah, I saw a few clips.
Yeah, it was super like emotional, just like watching him, like him getting emotional over it, and like his family and like everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a video of him like his hometown watching it, and like they were all going like crazy, and it was just like really cool to see like that happen.
Yeah. No, that was. You could just see like especially his reaction, like when he fell to his knees after he won on the 73rd hole. Like it was a playoff one too. And like a short putt finally making it in after missing one on the 72nd hole, I believe, right before that. And you could just see all the emotion come out right there in that reaction. And like I said, I personally didn't really watch the Masters much. I've never been like much of a golf watcher, but like just seeing all the emotion, like the story behind it and him really like tied me, like it brought me in, it got me really interested in it and just how the world of golf works and like all the dynamics there, and also got me looking at all the other competitors who he was going against, like Justin Rose and Bryson DeChambeau and all of them too.
Yeah, you can really see all of their hard work.
Yeah.
Sorry, go.
Also going based off how it was a playoff round, he had also had 3 different opportunities in this year's Masters, and he either fumbled it or someone snatched it from him, so it was really exciting to see that.
The top 3 did get a hefty dollar amount for their winnings. So he won. The winner won $4.2 million. Second place won $2.3 million, and third place won $1.4 million. So
I heard
that's a
somewhere
lot.
that even like the last place person got $50,000.
Yeah.
So honestly, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like even if you go to the Masters,
It just
get last
shows.
place, you're still like doing really well, especially financially.
Really well, yeah.
And also, like I was talking about, some of the other people he was going against, Justin Rose, he's one of the older guys in the field, and he really pulled it off like towards the end. He ended up, I think, getting second place, and he wasn't really much of a contender throughout it, or not as much as the other ones. And just pulling it out through there was really interesting to see.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I would say like the tournament definitely had some like challenging conditions. Only 12 players were finishing under par, and that just highlights like the course's difficulty and like how well Rory actually did.
Well, and it goes to show like how professional they are and like how hard it takes to get to where they are.
Yeah. And then also like just bringing it back to the past, and like we know Rory's been through heartbreak the last 11 years, getting so close to winning so many different majors and falling just short time and time again. This is really looking back to, I believe it was the 2023 U.S. Open, where he lost by 1 stroke to Bryson DeChambeau. And that like kind of, because they were kind of like in the finals here at this one at the Masters, and just like kind of bringing it back to that, like he just missed his small putt, like such a small thing that like totally sent him off course and lost him the win at the Open 2 years ago. So it's like just seeing him come back and like all so close, because like I feel like honestly it'd be harder to get like second place and be so close over and over again than like doing bad over and over again. It's like you're so close and you're almost there.
And missing that one thing that like sets them off.
Rose was actually just 4 feet away from the pin, from where McIlroy's was. She was like this close.
Yeah, he was.
That's what golf. It's like these guys are so good, and like I feel like the thing that they mess up the most on, or like where it gets like the most like nerves, is like the close like little putts. Like you see those like they'll make it time after time after time, and then all of a sudden it's like this big moment, and then they miss it. It's like so that's why things can change so quickly in golf.
And you think about like they probably don't practice that as much. It's like the little things they think that they have like set, but then when it comes down to it, it's like you haven't practiced like doing that in so long. But
and then one of the world's best players, Scotty Scheffler, he ended up getting 4th place. So I think he's ranked number 1, just like in the world, like in general.
wow.
And didn't he get like
won,
his 2nd green jacket or something?
not this year. Well, Rory got the green jacket this year because he won. But he won last year's Masters and he won another one. I'm not sure if it was a year previous to that or like he's won 2 in his last 6 appearances.
Okay.
So he's just like overall a really good player. And obviously I don't think he really did as well on this course at Augusta and just like kind of struggled a little bit more, but still 4th. Like still you
That's
have
so
to say it's still
good.
pretty good.
I mean,
So honestly, like that was a little bit surprising that he didn't do better, but also I really like getting to see all these other guys like have more of an opportunity.
yeah.
And then looking to the future, so they're still all. This was the first majors of the year, I believe, like major tournament.
Oh yeah.
So I believe this is the first one of the year. So they're gonna try to. So it's just gonna be interesting to see, especially how these guys perform going forwards.
Yeah.
Into the next major tournaments coming up in the next couple months. And then next up, we have the WNBA draft.
Which we all know we were very excited for.
Oh, yeah.
UConn guard Paige Becker. She was the number 1 pick, as most people kind of predicted. She's going to Dallas Wings. How do you guys feel about
In the
that?
2025 WNBA draft,
Yeah.
the
I feel like
Dallas
she's been
Wings
waiting for this
select
moment for so long, and like
Paige
she's gotten
Beckers,
so
University
popular
of
over like the
Connecticut.
past like what two years.
Yeah.
Like I'm super excited for her and see like where her future goes and like
Especially like just throughout her whole college career, like it was her 5th year at UConn this year, and she's gone through so many injuries.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
she
yeah.
had, I forgot what her first injury was, but I know like the ACL, obviously that was a big one that put her out. I think almost all her sophomore season.
Yeah.
And like just seeing her come back from all of that, and then
Really shows her grit.
yeah, and I really liked that last year. So like we had like Caitlin Clark obviously last year go to the WNBA. But I really like that she waited and stayed her 5th year at UConn because obviously she won the national championship recently.
Yeah.
Like finally accomplished
Oh my
that.
gosh, yeah.
That was
And
amazing.
she finished her 3rd Big East Player of the Year.
Yes.
She actually manifested this. I think it was her senior year. She was talking how she wanted to end her college career winning a championship and then going to the WNBA, which she accomplished.
Which that is
Wow.
just such a good way
Because
to
it's
go
like that
out.
was like a gamble, like doing that, because she easily could have gone to the WNBA, been drafted
100%.
super high last year, like
Yeah.
maybe even like there's been a lot of talent, like especially if it was like her against Caitlin Clark,
Yeah.
and like all of them. I think that would have been like a lot more like a little bit competition, but I think it's good that she waited the other year, and also like money wise, I feel like NIL deals for college, I feel like they would make more money staying
Yeah.
in college
think
one
they
more
do.
year than
Don't-
the
yeah, they do.
WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
And also just like the viewership for the WNBA has been like much higher.
Yeah.
These last couple, or not the WNBA, like
The
yes,
W-
WNBA, but also like
yes.
the NCAA women's tournament
women's, yeah.
because of all these great players like
Like
Paige.
Caitlin Clark and Paige.
Yeah, and
all
just
of
getting
them,
to see her like finally win that after being so close so many times and overcoming so much, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
So on that same topic of UConn players, did you guys see the 2 players who had like their like Alex Martin moments? Who they went to go watch Paige Beckers, and then they got drafted while they were in college.
Oh,
It
really?
was, yeah, Caitlin
Oh.
Chen and another UConn player.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
really?
Yeah, and then
Wow.
Griffin, what was her? Yeah, Griffin. Aubrey Griffin was drafted 37th overall by the Minnesota Lynx, and she's the 50th Husky to be drafted into the WNBA, marking the 17th and 29 WNBA drafts that UConn has had multiple players selected in a single draft. So it's like going there to support their teammates and they get drafted too. That's really exciting.
For UConn as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it shows like how well their program has just been these like last couple years and just how dominant they've been in the women's basketball field.
Going back to Paige, so she starting off her rookie salary will be $78,000. But she just signed a 3-year deal with Unrivaled. I think Unrivaled, which will pay her $350,000 in her first year alone.
Yeah.
So basically, like it said, her 4th year WNBA rookie contract would be $348,000. So that means her first year alone will be more than what her 4th year would have been. So I think she's just gonna like build on top of that and with that like 3-year contract.
Yeah, and then for other picks, so number 2 pick was Dominique, and she went to the Seattle Storm. She is from, I think, France, I believe.
Yeah.
She's a European player, and she's only 19 years old.
Oh.
Like she's apparently been dunking since the age of 16.
Which, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
wow.
that's really impressive. And she's apparently very dominant over in like the European leagues and stuff like that. So I think it'll be really interesting to see how she plays in the WNBA, and just especially like her age. Like she must, yeah, she's so young, but to just be in this position, she must have to like have matured so quickly in order to get here, and like really been focused in order to get to this position. Be one of the youngest to do it.
There was also 2 other players who were from out of the country who got drafted in the top 10. We had Justy Joyce from Lithuania, and then we also had Asia Sabaka from Slovenia, who went to Chicago Sky. Also on the Chicago side, did you guys see Haley Van Lith is joining Angel Reese again?
Yes,
Oh.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Wow, little.
That's going to be interesting, bringing it back.
That'll be interesting.
That'll be fun for both of them.
Okay, moving on from the WNBA draft, we have Sporting Kansas City and their recent start to the season.
Yeah, so they recently lost their head coach. Peter. So kind of a big adjustment for them.
He was with them for a long time.
Yeah, very long time.
I know. They have an interim head coach who's, I believe, was the assistant coach.
Yeah, Carrie.
Yeah. They're like really close friends, so it's exciting to see what he's going to bring to the table.
Yeah. And the Sporting hasn't won a game yet.
They won.
They won
against St. Louis.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's always interesting when a new coach comes in. You never know if it's going to be a great new season for them, or if it's just going to be off season. It takes a long time to get them going.
It totally changes like the dynamics of the team.
I wonder.
And everything.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, because currently their last game they played the Portland Timbers and lost 4-2.
Yeah.
And that one, it said that the 2 goals by the Timbers, Kelsey, and an own goal by Sporting's Jansen Miller. So I feel like the own goal, that must be something that's just like really frustrating in general. Like you can see a little bit like disconnect there, but it also could be like just going through that transition period of getting a new coach. There's always going to be like that building of a relationship and just seeing how the team adjusts to that. And there's always going to be kind of that getting used to it in the first place. Because like I even know in my sports, and like I've seen sporting like at the high school level, when you get a new coach, like the team, it changes the dynamic and you have to get used to that.
100%.
They'll play Cincinnati on Saturday, April 26th. Sporting does not have the win probability. Everyone is predicting that Cincinnati will win, the 55%.
Have, a game before that, where they're playing San Jose Earthquakes.
Oh.
So it's exciting to see. San Jose is actually 9th in the Western Conference right now. They have a couple more wins in Sporting, but they're still not there. You know?
Yeah. It's like we said, new coach, they're just in the more developmental stage, I feel like, this season, like working on improving. And then also there's like some misses that I was seeing from their last game against the Portland Timbers, is that they missed a penalty kick. So those are some easy, like, once you get one of those, you have to capitalize on opportunities like that, because penalty kick, you're not going to get an easier one-on-one opportunity in soccer than a PK.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, there's so much pressure on it, so that makes it really hard. But, like, opportunities like that, the team needs to make them in general, because that is what's going to really put them ahead and give them more opportunities in these games. And missing things like that just isn't going to be good for the overall team morale. It's just like practicing on making sure the little things are right.
I think they got too confident, because they also had, I think they had 2 penalty kicks that game. The first one they scored in, and they were going head to head. And then all of a sudden, it was just from 2-2 and 3-2, 4-2, and there was no comeback from there.
Yeah, because it started out it was a close game. Like they were going back and forth. It wasn't just like a blowout one way or the other. And then just transitioning into that, like you could see they kind of started to lose momentum after that, and just kind of went a little bit more downhill. So just like keeping up that momentum, I think, will help them a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, and then moving on to our last topic, we have the NBA playoffs that just started the play-in tournament. So what do we hear about that?
So, I don't know much about the plan, but what I've heard, it determines the final 2 playoff seeds in each conference. So it's the teams that are either finishing 7th through 10th in the standings. They compete to go into the playoffs to either be the 7th seed or the 8th seed. And
So last night, the Golden State Warriors won against Memphis Grizzlies. And they'll play either the Dallas Mavericks or the Sacramento Kings, which those 2 teams play tonight. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, it was a pretty close game last night, too. It was 121 to 116. So only a 5-point differential. Yeah. So honestly, 5 points in basketball, not a lot really at all. Yeah. Like it easily could have gone either way. So I expected the Warriors to win that, but I'm also a Warriors fan. So like obviously I wanted them to. But Yeah, it was good to see that and good to see them pull out the win there.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see who the winners are of the Eastern and Western Conference.
Yes.
Who's your guys' picks for tonight? It's the Dallas Mavericks or the Sacramento Kings?
For the Eastern Conference?
For the Western Conference.
I don't know.
So Dallas Mavericks are ranked 10th, and then the Sacramento Kings are 9th. I don't know.
I think the Sacramento Kings, just because how the Mavericks, they lost their star player,
Luka.
Recently.
Yeah, and then they got Anthony Davis in return and Kyrie Irving, and they all got hurt. So it was kind of like all their star players had gotten injured, and that made it a little bit more difficult. I want the Mavericks to win, but I'm not sure if I think they will.
Yeah.
I want them to win, but I just think that the Kings might pull it out and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be a close game. Like, I know that for sure. And then, and tonight we have also the Miami Heat versus Chicago Bulls. What's your guys' predictions for that?
What are their rankings?
Miami Heat's 10th, and then Chicago Bulls is 9th.
I don't know.
I know.
I feel like I haven't kept up like with each team individually enough to quite know exactly what I think.
Yeah, neither have I. But the winner of that game will face the Hawks.
Yeah, because
Or no, they'll face Orlando Magic.
Yeah, they'll face the Magic. Because the Magic won 120
to
95.
So it's kind of a blowout.
Oh, and then Trae Young also getting ejected at the game yesterday.
Yes.
It was because like he didn't give the ref, he refused to give the ref the ball or something.
Yeah, that was.
I watched a video. I was like, that just looks so dumb. Why just give them the ball?
Apparently, NBA official James Williams said that Young was making a mockery of the game. So.
I think he needs to get his attitude in check, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Can't be acting like that. It's like you're the face of the team. You gotta act like you gotta take on that role and be a good role. Like I understand getting upset, obviously, but like you gotta be a good role model for the team. Like you are
your star.
as the star player, like you want to set a good example. Like if you look bad, you're gonna make everyone else on that team look
That's
bad,
also
and that's
the
gonna hurt
first
morale.
game. It's the first game of the NBA play-in tournament, so that's gonna be like.
Yeah. There's no reason to.
It's like, come on, dude. Let's just like you've been doing this long enough. You should know. Like, don't act like that. That's just irresponsible.
Yeah.
But at least the ref showed him. He was like,
Yeah,
"You're gonna act like
he was
that.
not
You're out of
having
here.
that.
We're not gonna have that."
He put his foot down.
Okay.
Anything else?
So that looks like all the sports news that we had to go over today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Second Take, All Girls Edition. This has been Izzy Rothen.
Kylie Freeman.
Fernanda Lopez.
Emma Stanfield.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ruben,